Hello, everyone. Hope everybody is doing well and is keeping well. I'm just live in my living room, and I just want to really appreciate Nigerians for what has happened last week and how our youths have come out to demonstrate and express their feelings and about how we have been governance in Nigeria. So I'm just live right now, and I welcome everybody to join me, and let us just talk about few issues that how to move forward. Now that we have expressed our feelings, and I believe the governments have gone back to look at the issues and come up with solutions that will benefit all of us. This is what we want. And just my heart really go out with those ones who have lost their life in the Lekki demonstration. Some people happen to lose their life, and other people are saying, "Oh, nobody died." Some people are saying people have died, and some people say people have not died. Nobody really know the absolute truth, but all we know is that there was a shooting in Lekki, which affected a lot of youth. So please, you can join me if you're online. I'm live. Just join me and let us talk about the current issues, current problems in Nigeria, or any other general problems you want to talk about. You know, um, during the protest or after the protest, I've been watching some other people, and there's a lot of controversy about the way Nigeria is being ruled. Some people, well, a lot of people have said their opinions about a lot of things, but I felt a bit um, concerned about some of the comments because I believe we are all out and we are fighting as Nigerians. We are not just fighting because I am from the north, you are from the east, you are from the south, you are from the south, or from the west. I believe we came out, the youth came out as one to fight for good governance. But there are some comments that people have been making online that, it's their opinion, everyone think, we need division. The northerners need to go. People have been asking questions about why is the police brutality not in the north. But it is obvious, the not people from the north have some kind of discipline. Is the crime rate in the north is very low. It's not compared. I'm not trying to justify the northerners. I'm not saying the northerners don't commit crime, but the crime rate is very low, and so therefore they don't really experience severe police brutality, but they suffer injustice. A lot of children, the youth from the northern part of Nigeria, suffer injustice. I mean, we have all these prominent leaders who came out from the north, but what have they really done for the youth in the north? There is nothing they have done. So we are all the same. We suffer the same. In fact, if we want to compare the inequality of the Nigerians in general, you cannot compare the northern, the poverty that is in the north is not compared to the poverty that is in the west or in the south or in the south. It's because, people in the south or in the southwest, or, the Igbos, the Yorubas, the people from the Wari, from other, there are people who can do anything to get what they want. But in the northern part, there's this discipline. So this youth don't know how. That's why it's just, I don't know. If you think I'm just talking rubbish now, you can just join me. Just say your mind, what you think is right. Because personally, I just feel we are one Nigeria, and there is no need for us to go our separate ways. I don't think it will change anything. We have in the past said, okay, the northerners have been ruling. So they come up with this system of sharing of duty or sharing of power. So we had somebody, we have Obasanjo who have run for 2 decades. So he was like kind of representing the Yorubas. And we have Jonathan, who is from the middle belt or south, who is like kind of representing the people from that side. So we have had vice president, most of the vice president that we have, the majority of them, I think they are from the Igbo part of the country. So we have done that division, but it still doesn't work. And the fact that, well, Buhari is a northerner, he's the head of state, he's the president of Nigeria. But who are the people? I feel he is the head of state, who is kind of just there as a carbon, because the people that really make decisions, that rule the countries, are not the northerners. We have a lot of combination of all tribes in the House of Senate, in the House of Assemblies. Those people are the people who make decisions on how the country should be run. All the president does is to come out or maybe support it or sign some document and things, but things don't work. So normally we blame the president, which of course I'm not in support of Buhari and what he's doing. As far as I'm concerned, he shouldn't be there. He has ruled the country. This is the second decade. He was a president as a military man. He came back as a civilian. I mean, the way we recycle, please, I just want people to join me. If you are there, especially the young YouTubers, you can drop me, just say something so I know you are there. Say something, contribute to what I'm saying. I might not be, I'm just voicing out my opinion, but maybe other people have different opinions about what has just happened in Nigeria. Should the Northern be blamed for the failure of or the governance of the country? Is personally, I just feel there's a lot of loopholes that need to be closed. A lot of loopholes. So, well, I just hope the government have learned one or two things from this protest. And I've seen a lot of people now putting all this investigation, they're investigating here, investigating there. This has always happened. So we just need results. These panels of inquiries, this panel here, panel there, panels of inquiries, they have been forming all those panels. But at the end of the day, nothing changes. So please, if you want to join me and let us talk about this issue, I'll be very pleased. So if you are there, young YouTubers, you can join me. I'm live streaming. And I want to really thank my subscribers. And yeah, join me. Let us talk. If you're online, everyone, anybody there, just wave or say something. Let me know so we can talk. Just let us talk, especially Nigerians are online right now. If there is something you want to say, please say something. Just help me, just talk about how you feel this demonstration went and what you think it will be. I believe that there is no way that our leaders will not learn one or two things from this demonstration. So I just want us to say something. If you are online right now, just say something and let me know you are with me. Okay, this is, live streaming. Come on, my people. Is anybody there? try and say something. I want you to contribute to what I'm saying right now. People are suggesting Nigeria should be divided. If you think, yes, everybody should go his separate way, let the Yorubas go their own way, Igbo go their own way. Because when they talk of division, they only mention the three main languages, which is the Igbo, Yoruba, and the Igbos. But in every area you go, there is so many tribes, so it means we are going to have more than 300 countries within Nigeria if every tribe has to has to go their own separate way. It means we have more than 300 countries just within Nigeria, which will be ridiculous. I think it will be like, really? The Igbos have been trying so hard to form their own Biafra, but it's never going to work. I don't know how far that has gone, but they have been trying for too long. So I don't know what we're going to be in the north, what the northerners are going to call themselves, like the northern country of what. So it's not about division. I don't think it is right for us to divide, to divide ourselves. And everybody believe, most Nigerians think the northerners are the problems of Nigeria. Well, that can be debated. People can debate on that. But I for one, I don't think. I just think we just always have bad leadership in the country, and the citizens ourselves. I know we are suffering a lot, but we are not also helping sometimes. In terms of bribery and corruption, it is something that has become part of the tradition of Nigeria. Everything you need to do now, if you went to school, you spent so much money, you came out as a graduate, and you can hardly get a job. You apply for a job, for example, and they will ask you to pay some money before they give you the employment, or you need to know somebody who is prominent in the office for you to get a job. And this is not right. People should be able to get a job based on their qualification, based on their experiences, regardless of who they know. But it doesn't work. So these are the type of things that we should be fighting. We should be trying to eradicate that. If you don't give somebody bribe and you don't take bribe, you stand your ground and be a disciplined Nigerian, then things will be better. But the system has made it so hard, so difficult for everyone, including the children, the youth. They suffer most because we have lots of graduates. They will tell you you need to have a degree, and then you go get a degree. You come back, they will say, oh, you need a master degree. You go back, get the master degree, and you still haven't got a job. Never. You still haven't got a job. And then when you come back with your master degree, they want to know which country you study. So the Nigerian universities, if you study in Nigerian university, you are not, it's like you've not done anything in your life. You need to go abroad. And even if you go abroad, for example, you school in England, in any of this university, they will still disregard it. Every excuse they will give you. They will say, oh, we need certificate from Cambridge. We need you to go to University of Florida. So, it's just terrible. I've had people who have told me a lot of their experience about when they go looking for job, the kind of criteria they have to fill. It's unbelievable. So these are the issues that we really need to look at. Get rid of all this discrimination. As a Nigerian, if you are from the Yoruba land, you can't come to the north or go to Kaduna and look for a job and just get it. No, it's all about which local government you come from. So these are the issues that we need to sort out. We are all Nigerians. So if I have qualified and I apply for a job, people get job. There are a lot of people who live in Nigeria and they apply for a professional job in USA and they got it. And they give them the right to come to work in the US. But you are in Nigeria, you can't even go from Kano to Ogun State to go and get a job. You an Igbo man go to Badagry or go to Ibadan to look for a job. He might even be interviewed in Yoruba. That is to say, I don't know. So these are the issues that we need to sort out in Nigeria. So I just feel there's a lot of changes. It's not going to be on one day, that's for sure. I'm not saying all this changing will happen in one day, but we have to start from somewhere. We have to start from self-discipline. You know, when we talk about Yahoo boys or 419ers, this is corruption. This is all part of when you dupe somebody well or you outsmart somebody. They said it's not their fault if they outsmart you. Yeah, of course. It might not be your fault for somebody to become a fool or for you to outsmart somebody and dupe him of his millions or dupe him of anything. It's not right, even in the eyes of God. But the reason why people become this dubious in their attitude is what we have to look at. It is because there is no job for them. They can't get a job in the office job. They can't set up a business and run it as a normal business person will run. The whole system is all not supportive of the youth. There is nothing you want to do now that if you don't have a backup or somebody backing you up, you will not succeed. I'm still waiting. If anybody is there, I can see somebody is watching. Just type something, just say something. If I'm saying something that has the meaning, or maybe you just want to stop me and say something, because this idea of division that people are talking about is serious. And I don't think dividing Nigeria into so many countries will make any difference. It's not going to be easy. These countries that have made it have made it and are standing in their 2 feet. A lot of professors do say these people, they used our government. Our government give them opportunity, to be part of the decision making for their own benefit. So we need to end that. We need to be able to stand without the support of the Western world. I know that in some cases, we need them in some cases, but they shouldn't be absolute. They shouldn't be the people who dictate. What can we do when our president when the people who rule us allow such thing to happen? It's not right. But I believe that, when God is about to do something, he will do it. And I know there's good thing that is coming out of this protest. Even if there is not all changes, but there will be some changes in the way things are run. Nigeria is a great nation, but there are so many things we cannot be proud of. So many things. All around the world, Nigeria is known, but all for the bad reason. I'm sorry to say, it's all for the bad reason. Maybe you would think I'm just saying things, but you can say whatever you feel like now. If you want to join me, just say something, but I feel it's all for the wrong reasons. There's a lot of Nigerians that are living abroad, but they cannot even be proud to say they are Nigerians, which is a shame. And other people are really respecting the country. They think Nigeria is a great nation, and they wonder why we are suffering. They wonder why things are not going this way. These protests have brought a lot of international concern, and because every country, every Nigerians in every country try to come out in their small way to support the protest. Police brutality has been going on for too long. There is no justice when it comes to police and the general public. There is this hatred between police and the general public. This has been going on for too long. The police have no regard. They don't have any common sense when it comes to how to treat people, how to respect people. They use every force, every of their power, they use it upon the public. They embarrass you, they ask you for money, they are just like beggars in the streets. And the youth came out to support them, to say, look, we are fighting for you guys. We want you people to be well paid. We want you people to be well settled, to have a better accommodation. If you go to the police barrack, in fact, if you go to the police academy and look at how the children are being treated as police, as people that will come out as police officers, it's a disgrace. I was watching a video the last time. It was like what they were giving them as food during meal time. You can't even give it to your dog. That's the plain truth. One of the police young guy who was in the academy, in the training ground, he was showing the food that they were giving them. You can't even feed that. A cat in your house cannot eat it. But these are what they give to the police officers that will come out and become on the street. They deploy these people and put them on every roadblocks. And those ones have been there, sat in the sun, in the rain. So what do you expect? They need to go back and feed their family. And so therefore they decide to take on every action on the public and try to extort money from them, which is not right. If you think what I'm saying is not correct, if you're online right now, you can just say something. Okay, just join me and let us talk about Nigeria and the way forward. What is the way forward for Nigerians now? What is the way forward? If you ask me, I will suggest that all the presidents that have been ruling for that since 1960, or in the last, let's say, in the last 20 years, we should not, like, I was, in the next election, they are saying, what is his name? Atiku or somebody, he wants to come back and run again. And we have other people who have been vice president or who have been in the system for all these years. They still want to come and start running again. All those people, we shouldn't allow them. I mean, we should have more new parties that have young people. And we should always remember, we don't care. It's like when Americans were voting, they are so fed up with the same people. And that's why they allow Trump, because they don't care. They just said, look, that we need to put somebody neutral, somebody different. And that's why nobody expected Trump to win. But because Hillary has been in the system for too long, they decided to go for Trump. So if we can do that, regardless of whether the young person is not popular, we should go to the party that is not popular at all and go for the candidate that is standing there. And let us try someone different. Let us try completely somebody, young man who is in his 40s, and give them the opportunity. Let us see, because these people in their 40s, they are educated, they have new knowledge. This is 21st century. They know what it takes. They know the importance of education in the youth. They know the importance of development. So those people will be able to help in building a new Nigeria. So I know that it's difficult, because as far as I'm concerned, there's never been an election in Nigeria. It's always, they already know who is going to win. It's all rigging. They all read the ballot paper. People go to vote, but the figures never add up. It's always, there's always, these problems of cheating all around. People playing with ballot paper. It's just like a child play when it comes to election. But when you are in abroad, you will see the difference. People vote even by post. That voting will never lost along the way. People call and vote. Nothing, it's just accurate. Nigerians, they have tried transparency. It's never transparent. Never. We never had a transparent election. Never. If you want to say it, if you think I'm just saying something out of the ordinary, just say something. I'm live in my room, and I want people to say something. I know some people are watching me. Just say something, type something. Come on, fellow Nigerians, I'm just waiting. I know most of you are on YouTube at the moment. You are watching me at the moment. If you are there, can you join me, please? Let us discuss. Let us discuss our beloved country. What is the way forward right now? Let us talk about it, and let us continue to pray that, our country will become great again. That for sure. I might not be part of that time, but I know one day it's going to be history. Every country has fought before. We will continue to protest. We'll continue to protest. We'll continue to protest until the day we have somebody who understands the importance of education, the importance of healthcare, the importance of infrastructure. Give us a land that is filled with infrastructure. Give us a land, somebody who can come up and build a nation fit for the purpose. Good roads, express. We have big roads, but it was a disgrace. The last time I was traveling in one of the Nigerian roads, I couldn't believe the car stuck in the middle of the road, but it was a sea. It was like a stream. It was a disgrace. I can't believe that Nigeria as a country, we have such a road existing. So bad. So bad. So we need someone that will really understand the importance of having good roads, because this is the beginning of it. This is how we get linked. When people are running business, they can't even travel on a good road. They can't transfer goods from one nation to the other, from one state to the other, because the road is so bad. The road is so bad. So I don't understand when people are saying, oh, they want division, or they are trying to kind of blame the Northerners for ruling them badly, or the Northerners are this, the Northerners are that. It's unbelievable, because the poverty that's in the North. Let me give you one good example. Plateau State. Plateau State, just to be precise, is one of the worst states in the whole of Nigeria. There is no any infrastructure, no one good industry that produces anything in Nigeria. Plateau State have never had a governor. All they ever have in Nigeria are touts. Men who don't have a heart. Go to, if you see how many people the Boko Haram killed in Jos alone. How many? You can't even count. I saw the figure one time online. It was like 1.1 million people have been massacred in the north. Somebody was saying Boko Haram is a kind of a system that we have built for ourselves in the north. It's never. Nobody knows what Boko Haram is until when the bandits, the terrorists call themselves Boko Haram. Yes, Boko Haram means they don't want Western education, but that doesn't mean that the whole North doesn't want Western education. There's a lot of children, all the Northern children are in education. It's just most of the leaders or the prominent, the one that are rich, the rich Northerners, their children school abroad. None of them, all of them went to Western education. They still have Western education in the whole of the North. Yes, they have Islamia. It's just like you send your child to a Catholic school. He started learning Bible and before, it's part of the lesson. So they go to Islamia because they don't want their children not to understand the Quran. So, but it doesn't mean that they don't want Western education. The name that those terrorists gave to themselves as Boko Haram, they are the cultism. The cult they have formed is their name. The name they gave to themselves is Boko Haram, which means their group of people don't want Western education because they believe Western education is destroying them. But that doesn't mean that it is a system that has been adapted by the Northerners. Some people are saying that we have the Northerners have a system that they don't believe in Western education, and that's why we are illiterate. That is wrong. That I cannot believe. This is my own opinion. I'm not saying you can agree with me. But for people to say there are no educated people in the North is a lie. I don't believe that because there's a lot of all the prominent men in Nigeria, their children's school, they are all educated. We have a lot of educated Nigerians. It's the same, they are suffering. The youth in the North are suffering because they don't have any job. They don't have any job. They hide under the umbrella maybe of their parents, those ones that are advantaged. But there's a lot of grassroots children who are suffering. Those people who go to Islamia school is because the parents can't afford to put their children in the Western school. They can't. They just can't afford it. But they have the governor there, which all his children are schooling abroad. All his family are all in the Western school, but he doesn't care. The governors don't care. They don't really care about their citizens. That is a fact. So these people who don't put their children in Western school is not because it is because they don't want to. It is because they don't have the means to do that. Because we don't have public schools anymore in Nigeria. There's every good school now is private. And to put your child in a private school now, it takes millions. Some people pay like 500,000 for a 10 in the school. 500,000 naira. So how much do any household earn? And if they have like 4 or 5 children, how many would they afford to put in school? So just think about it. So it's just the system is completely wrong. If there is a free education, or even if there's a public school, I mean, it will not be as expensive as the private school. And so therefore, children can be, parents can afford to allow their children to go to public school. But half of the public school that we have is not even conducive. It's not even like a building that you can send your child to. But yet, people send their children to such a school. You will see a public school, there is no door, there is no window, there is no desk for children to even sit down. The children are sitting on the floor. And in a year, those schools, maybe they attend school only once in a year, maybe for just a month. Half of the month, the school is closed down. Okay, you can imagine, since the COVID-19 in March, Nigerian schools are not open. The whole of Nigerian schools are not open. So why are the children at home? The school doesn't even have to, they can't even come up with a strategy like other countries are doing. To just do something to create a social distancing, allow children to go back to school using the face masks, and do reconstruct the school. But because there is not even a decent school, they don't even know how to reconstruct anything. They don't know how to do a one-way system. There's a lot of things that need sorting out in Nigeria. A lot. Education is the number one thing. Healthcare. There is no one good hospital. We don't have a general hospital. Because if you go to, there's a general hospital, but it's just a name. You go there, you need paracetamol, they have to pay for it. So you have to see a doctor, you have to pay for it. The doctor cannot come and see you in a general hospital because all the doctors now, they all steal from the government hospital and take all the medication to their private hospital. When you come there as a patient, they will tell you there's no medicine here, but I can get you medicine if you go to so and so place. It's terrible. It's a disgrace. I'm just sorry that we have to go through all these, Nigerians, honestly. It's just a shame that we have to go through this. But I'm so pleased that our youth realize that it is time. They are angry. When somebody is angry, he will bear it for such a long time. But one day when he can't be, he's pushed beyond the wall, he needs to bounce back. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. So please, if you want to join me to say something, please type something. Let me know you're online with me. Yeah, please, Nigeria, say something. I want you to just say something. Let me put more light. If you are watching me right now, can you just contribute to what I've been talking about? I've been talking about how Nigerians can move forward. The youth have voiced out, and we have put our demands across. And there's a lot of, today I've got to sign up about the next election. People don't want to vote for older men anymore. So there is this thing going around, and then we are asked to sign. They need about how many million people before they can go ahead. So if you get such type of request about how to go about something, please don't hesitate, just sign it. It's very important to support people who are out there, like who are leading the whole of these things. We have people who live abroad, but they are full time, like trying to, try to question the government. So we need to support them as citizens. They ask us to sign something. If you get a message saying sign something, petition, just sign it, please. It doesn't. It's only registering your name. That's all. But you don't have to pay for when you are doing a petition. When you are signing a petition, you don't pay. You just register to say you agree. So the more people they get, the better. So there's quite a few petitions going around for people to sign, and people who are fighting, they need certain number of people before they can be heard. So it is very important that we support those people. And there are people who are running charity organizations. We need to support them in whatever way we feel possible. Okay. If you are watching me right now, I know somebody is watching me. Can you just join me? Just say hello. Say hello to me. Oh, that's is it? Yeah, sadly, everybody wants to end SARS, but you are right. Yeah, I agree with you. Honestly, it's not about yeah, it's not about getting a younger president that will change things. That's what I'm saying, that individually as Nigerians, we need to be disciplined. We need to put discipline in our heart, I think. That is the best way we can be able to build a stable Nigerian, because there's a lot of indiscipline within our youth and within the society as a whole. I'm not just talking about old people, but yeah, I agree with you. It's I don't know if I can pronounce your name very well. Are you calling? Are you from Nigeria? Oh, Victor. Hiya. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, I've been sat here thinking I need people to contribute to this topic. And there's a lot of people are saying they prefer Nigerians to be divided. I don't know whether you agree with that, because I don't think dividing Nigeria into Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, whatever tribe will resolve the problem. The issue is beyond that. That's in my opinion. I just think we need more than that. And a lot of people are blaming the Northerners. Do you think the problem is from the North? Just because there's a president who is from the North? Thank you. I thought the same. I said the same people with the same mentality will still be the same people in that other country, whatever country they call themselves. I mean, it's going to be the same. That's what I keep telling people. Like, we just need to be disciplined individually. When it comes to the way people behave in Nigeria, it's ridiculous. And they behave badly back home. But when they travel abroad, you see them, they obey the law of the land. They do everything with well behaved, but they don't love their own country. It's like when they're back home, they put on the same bad attitude towards everything, you know? So, yeah, the issue is completely beyond split up. I keep saying that, but there's a lot of it online there. People are just saying, "Oh, let us split up. Oh, we don't want the Northerners. Oh, it's better maybe a Yoruba man or maybe Igbo man. Or let us split. Let us people Igbo people want to go Biafra. I don't know what the Northerners will want to be. The Northerners has never come up with the issue of division anyway. It's always people from the west or south or east that always want to divide because they think the Northerners are the people who are destroying the country. But I don't think so. It's just bad leadership that we have from our leaders are completely corrupt, So, and they don't have the love for their citizens. They don't care about their citizens, and that's why they don't even think of how to develop a country. How to make a country like Nigeria stand out. It's really, 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 really sad. Well, we have tried this decentralization of power before, but I don't think it works because that is why we have Obasanjo back, we have Jonathan, because they are trying to decentralize it. I like it myself. To be honest, it's like I don't even understand why the Muslims or the people from the north, let me say, are always rulers. They believe that they can rule. But again, in some sense, I think they are like a scapegoat. The whole country put a Hausa man at the top as the president. But the people that are really ruling the country, if you look at them, half of them are not from the north. So they try to divide that by putting maybe the vice president, like the vice president now is a Yoruba man, isn't he? Oh my God, I can't even remember his name. What a shame. Yeah, we have the Buhari, the president, but his vice president is Yoruba man. Yeah, people say that. They say most of the jobs or most of the people in prominent places of work are all northerners. I don't know, to be honest. I'm surprised, but but why is that? Why is it that the northerners are covering every area of administration in Nigeria? Why is that? Is it because the people from the east, the west, the south, or they are not applying for such jobs, or is it because people, or is it people are just the northerners are just appointing themselves? That is like like part of the corruption. Everybody have to know somebody. So because my uncle is the head of this department, and so therefore he put all his family in the business. Is that how those numbers add up? Because I can't understand if there is why there is no division of labor, like division of there's no centralization, there's no people. Yeah, you're right. I don't know. People are just in the government, the northerners, but there's still people who are suffering in the north. The amount of people suffering in the north. The economic in the north is not as massive as the economic in the west. Like you cannot compare Abuja, for example, with Lagos. when you look at even the expensive residential area in Abuja, is nothing compared to the expensive area in London. I said London, in Lagos. You know, there's a lot of money that exchange hand more in the west, in the south, than it does in the north. Despite the fact that they are even occupying most of those seats, people in the north are still suffering. People they don't have money. Children can't go to school. All the governors in the north are as useless as anything. You know, they don't look after their immediate, they only concerned about their immediate family. So they don't extend their hands. They don't pay salary. Somebody who has retired for years. People have worked, they are retired, they haven't even got their gratuity, not more of pension. So it's everywhere, you know. That's correct, you know. Yeah, decentralization is maybe is the way forward, but I think we have tried that. I just don't understand why that is really happening, you know, because it's like if you live in the south or in the west, it's the same. It's every office is occupied by the citizens of that state. So I think it's what is happening even in the federal level. When you are in Abuja, you find out that most of the offices are occupied by the northerners. So, you know, because people from the south don't really come to Abuja or to come to Kano or live in Meduguri or something like that. Everybody want to stay close to home. So that's why even, you know, like somebody from the north now, if he goes to, say, Anambra or Imo State to look for a job, he won't be given, they will prefer him, they will give the job to an Igbo man compared to the Hausa man or the Yoruba man. So it's the tribal thing again, you know. So that's why I think most of the offices in Abuja, which is the capital, that is occupied by the northerners, you know. So, and that's the federal seat. So I don't know. I'm just thinking. I don't know. I'm just imagining why that is happening, you know, because we have a lot of tribalism in Nigeria. Everybody want to say, uh, I have to give my brother first before I give someone else. That's the truth. I always say the same thing. I say, why is our youth not involved in politics? We are now blaming all these old people, all these elderly people. We are blaming them because, you know, even though I know it will be difficult for the youth, even if they are in the politics, to be able to climb up the ladder. But at least if they are in there, you will be able to, the public will support them. They need support from the public also, because we can't just have these two parties every year in, day out, you know. So the educated people and people who have been living abroad and all that, you know, they should all go back home, try to, you know, mobilize people, mobilize the youth into understanding that they need to be in politics. And again, the public need to back them up. It's not just the fact that, you know, you are a young person, again, to even get that support. It's hard work. So with this protest that's just happened now, I believe there will be a lot of changes in the next election. A lot of people will try to fight those elderly people. Yeah, I said it in my last video that I believe that all these elderly people will just resign. That is like all of them go into retirement, you know? We have presidents who are all in their 70s, all nearly in their 80s. It's terrible. You're right. Yeah, it's true. Many Nigerians, to be honest, it's just what is happening at the moment is so scary. And I've noticed, I've heard of some people who are living abroad who wanted to relocate home. Maybe they just go for a visit, they get kidnapped or they get their things stolen, or it's just they suffer a lot in their own country. Some of them run back to where they came from. So yeah, for us to move forward, we need to we need to maintain some kind of security, which we are lacking in Nigeria at the moment. There is no security at all. There's no security in Nigeria, and it's frightening. It's frightening a lot of people. Even the ones that are back home and not more of those ones that are abroad that want to maybe relocate, or they all change their mind, because there's no security. You live in your own country. You see how people build houses, like the gate is more than, even they spend more money on the gate than the money they use in building the house. It's terrible. There's no security. Mm. And to be honest, most of the people, it's not like they've really forgotten home. They still have the love of their country in their heart. But it's just this lack of security and lack of progress is making them not to want to go back, or make them feel as if they are forgotten home, but they haven't. Because every time there's a problem, you see people come out in other country to support. And if you watch a lot of Nigerians who are like really educated Nigerians who live abroad, every time they release a video or they are in this conference, how they pour out their heart, how they talk about their country, how they wish things can change, how the failure. But we do a lot of talking, Nigerians. We don't really act. We just sit down among groups of people and just say how bad our country is. But we don't really. Correct. Yeah, I've had a discussion with a lot of people who live abroad, and they said the same thing. They said the same thing. They say infrastructure, especially healthcare. You know, like I was saying before in one of my videos, that as a citizen of Nigeria, if you if you are running away from something, you can't even run into a police station. That's how bad it is. That is, it's like you are running from safety. You can't even run into a police station and you get that safety that you think you will get when you are with a policeman or police station. So it's the same thing, you know. People that live abroad, to be honest, I was just discussing with somebody this evening and he was saying, I will never go back to Nigeria again. And I was like, don't say that. He said, never, never. I will never go back to that Nigeria. I can just go for holiday. And I said, well, you don't even go to Nigeria for holiday, but you need to go because we need to begin to think of our country in a positive way. You know, the people that, English or England, it's not, it took them about 500 years to be where they are, nearly about 400 to 500 years before they become the country that they are today. Same thing with America, same thing with Germany, same thing with Netherlands. All of them go through this. It wasn't easy, but we will get there. But it is good to always be positive about your country. That's one thing again we don't do. We don't really love our country that much. Because when you see Nigerians sit down and they are discussing their country, You won't believe this is the country of their birth, because it's like nothing positive. There's nothing positive to say. Yeah, we can always continue to pray for Nigeria, and in whatever little way we can contribute, because I know that people that live in London, we have a lot of charity organizations that contribute some maybe money and go and build something back home. It's still not just enough, you know. Exactly. It's true. And everyone is struggling. Nigerians believe in self-employment, but the infrastructure is not there. You want to open a restaurant, you want to open any kind of business, you can't transport your goods from one local government to another because of the bad roads that we have. And you open a restaurant or you open a small trade business, you get bandits, they come and destroy the shop, come and steal from you. So it's never ending. And that's the problem. People invest abroad. Nigerians take their money and go and invest it abroad instead of investing it back home and create employment opportunity for the youth. They don't. They rather take that money and go and invest it in another country. Like you can imagine, there is a lot of Nigerian owned businesses in Ghana, to the point that Ghanaians now are even getting angry. That's what I was told. The Ghanaians now are like after Nigerians. The same way they were targeted in South Africa, Nigerians, because they were all having strong businesses going on there. Because of I don't blame people. Where you live, you can always make money there. So if they live in South Africa or you live in Ghana and you want to open a shop, there's nothing wrong with doing that. But they are targeted, they make it big time, because Nigeria, we believe in self-employment. We do, even if you are working in a government, you still want to have a side kind of business to run. And that's what has been supporting people. It has been supporting families. But the infrastructure is not there, and the finance is not even there. Now, these days, for you to own a business, you must have like about 100 million. You want to open a shop, they will charge you 2 million, 3 million for a small corner shop. So where? How much is the salary of somebody? A police officer, they say they earn about 50,000, which is barely 200 pounds. It's just 200 pounds, 200 or 300 pounds. So it's really bad. A lot of people living abroad have gone home to try and establish one business or the other, but those businesses doesn't change anything. Doesn't change anything, and then you employ people. How much will you pay them? You find people earning 10,000 naira a month, 20,000 naira. Some people will take 100,000 naira and sit down in a sitting in a restaurant and spend it 100,000. It's nothing anymore in Nigeria. So exactly, that is what people are doing these days. There are some few people who are establishing businesses, but they get professionals involved. And you don't do business involving your family, but you just get professionals to run the business for you. You have the knowledge. When you have the knowledge of, you know, a good system, you will know how to run a business. But a lot of mistakes, people have made a lot of mistakes in the past by trying to do the business themselves, because they don't want to pay someone to do it, to put his own speciality in it. So investing in Nigeria is just like any other country. You are right, and it's true. You need to have a plan, and you need to get professionals to support you. But all that costs a lot of money. If you go to a Nigerian and said, oh, even now, for example, we don't have any insurance. People don't insure in Nigeria. People don't insure. That's why if anything happened to people in Nigeria, even car insurance is not compulsory. In other country, everybody that drives has insurance. You must have a car insurance. But in Nigeria, it's not made compulsory. So there's a lot of people don't have even car insurance. So if they accident, anybody have accident, they just settle themselves between themselves. They don't have insurance. Even housing, they don't have housing insurance. So if you build a house now, you don't have insurance because you don't even trust the insurance companies in Nigeria. Then the insurance companies are so bad that even if you keep paying your premium, by the time you have a small issue and you want to claim it, no, the company will just close. By the time you go there will be no more. So don't blame people for not planning by taking every plan they have in their own hands. They just decide to be the director, the managers, the general overseers of their business. So, but it's in when you want to talk of other countries, it's not compared because they have good leadership. It's not as if they are not corrupt, or it's not as if their government is perfect. Even those ones abroad, it's not perfect, but they are also well structured. That's the problem. Our government are not like structured in a way that we provide support for people or support people in investment and understand the importance of having insurances or the importance of having housing agents. These days, even the housing agencies in Nigeria is problems. They don't, you give an agency charge of your house. At the end of the day, it is the agency itself that will become the problem. So that's a lot that we need to change. A lot of things need to be changed in Nigeria. Thank you very much, Mr. Victor. I appreciate your contribution. You said a lot, honestly. You have the love of your country in your heart. I can see that. For us to begin to have basic amenities is what this government need to start thinking about. Basic amenities. In fact, now you can imagine Ghana has spent, I think they are almost 20 years now with that they have a electricity that is constant. They have, but Nigeria till today we can't even have simple electricity. We can't have 24-hour electricity. It's terrible. Every house you go is generator. Honestly, there's no water. Everybody that built the house has a borehole. That's where everybody get water from, the borehole. There's no just any reservoir water to drink water anywhere. It's terrible, honestly. All the basic necessity we don't have. We don't have electricity, 24-hour electricity. We don't have lights. We don't have water. We don't have good roads. We don't have good healthcare system. To the fact that in Indians, we come to build hospital for us in our own country, a country, Indian, because we all go to India for treatment. They decided to bring their own hospital. I was shocked. I was driving past Abuja and they were telling me that the hospital is owned by Indians. That the Indians came to, instead of us, they help us. Ah, my God. Absolute disgrace. Well, I just hope with this protest that has come and gone, the government will have learned one or two things. That the youth are really had it up to their neck. So they should be prepared for the worst. They should be prepared for the worst. Honestly, they should be prepared. They should be prepared, fully prepared now, because they will not be supported. Like they will not get that support that we used to, rally around them, like. And Nigerians should try to what is the word, like, don't be deceived, because we are so hungry. These politicians will deceive you with just little 10,000 naira to 20,000 naira, and you think it's good enough for you to sell your birthright, for you to sell yourself. People are so hungry that any politician that come out and just give them anything for them to support him, whether he's a bad person or not, they don't care. They just take whatever he gives to them. So all that need to end, need to stop. No? If you don't give somebody bribe, if somebody asks you for a bribe, you don't give it to him, he will understand. Just stick to your grounds. Let us have discipline, disciplined citizens, It's really a shame, honestly, that Nigeria, as everybody in the world, respect that country. But people that live abroad feel ashamed sometimes to even say they are from Nigeria, because we are known for the wrong reasons. Our behavior is not just back home. We take it everywhere. Everywhere we go is like a tradition. Thank you. Goodbye, Victor. Thank you for your contribution. I really appreciate. Thanks. Have a lovely night. Join me again next time. Okay. Is anybody else there? Maybe I will have to call it a night, since maybe it's late. Everybody is in bed. So I need to go to bed. I've said everything. I just pray. We just continue to pray for our country. Let us continue to pray for our state, all the different states. Let us just pray for the governors. Even all, it's not just from the presidency. All the governors, apart from the governor of Lagos State, they say he's in his 40s. I think he's the youngest of all the governors. But I don't know what he's doing in Lagos. He always have the biggest budget. And Lagos, to be honest, I don't know what he's done, but Lagos have changed. There's a lot of development in Lagos, but people are still roaming the streets. We still have agueros everywhere. People who are jobless. So all the governors of every state, we should also consider how we elect them, because they are also as useless as the federal government. They are all part of the federal government anyway. So all Nigerians, please, please, please. All I have to say before I go now is for us to sit and think of the way we elect people. We should get rid of all this PDP, all this APC, all this whatever name they call them. Let us come up with a different party that, and the youth, the young educated youth, please be part of the politics, join the politics. And I know that if we have more young people in politics, things will change, even if they did not become the president. But as long as we have a lot of young people in the House of Senate, young people in the House of Assembly, young people heading department, the NMPC, and the central bank, and all those, then the people that are educated, that can control, that know what it means to have, that know what it means to develop a country, then we'll have a better country. It doesn't matter really, whether somebody is young. I understand that, but self-discipline is another thing. We need to love our country. We need to love ourselves. We need to stop all this bribery and corruption. We should get rid of all the devious way of trying to make money by force. I know life is difficult. It's really difficult for everyone, but you don't have to cheat or kill somebody or go out of your way to do things that is not acceptable just because you want to get money. I know it's not easy, it's difficult, but please, we should find a way to help ourselves instead of stealing from other people. We should find a way. Self-discipline is the one thing that we are lacking, Nigerians. We need to start to have self-discipline and self-control and be our neighbor's keeper. Let us love one another. Selfishness, let us get rid of it. Always learn to share with your family. Learn to share with people you don't even know. Share. Learn to share. You don't have to have everything under your control and not share. You need to stretch your hand and reach out for some people. All these rich Nigerians, all these celebrities, you have houses in Banana Island, you have houses, one person has more than 10, 20 houses. Why other people can't even afford, they are still in the streets. You fly first class, all this attitude. I'm not saying if you work hard for your money, of course, you enjoy your money the way you want, but it is always good also to remember people around you. You remember that there are a lot of people who are suffering. Use that money wisely. Use your money, your investment, invest in the country where you belong. Employ people and let them work for you, and you pay them. It's the best way we can move forward. But it looks like there's nobody else online. I have to go now. And thank you very much for everything. And I will see you again sometime soon. Okay? Thank you and good night. I know most of you may be in bed, so I didn't get a lot of people to join me. But I had a very good time sitting down here, just chatting away. Yeah. So I wish everybody good luck in all your undertaking. And please let us continue to pray for our country. Put the president into prayer, put all the governors into prayer, and all this panel of inquiries that is all going on, trying to find out what happened in Lekki and how they can resolve and move forward. So have a lovely day. lovely night, and I will see you soon. God bless all of you, and good night.